The legend of Atlantis first appeared in the works of Plato, specifically in his dialogues Timaeus and Critias. These dialogues were written around 360 BCE and are among the earliest known references to the Lost City. According to Plato, Atlantis was an island larger than Libya and Asia Minor combined. This suggests that Atlantis was an enormous landmass, possibly comparable to a continent. The Atlanteans were described as a powerful and advanced civilization. They had technologies and resources that were far beyond those of their contemporaries. The city of Atlantis was said to be situated beyond the Pillars of Hercules, which many believe refer to the Strait of Gibraltar. This location would place Atlantis in the Atlantic Ocean, west of the Mediterranean Sea. Plato claimed that the story of Atlantis was passed down from Egyptian priests to the Athenian statesman Solon. Solon, a famous lawmaker, is said to have visited Egypt and learned about Atlantis during his travels. The Atlanteans were initially virtuous, but gradually became corrupt due to their power and wealth. This moral decline is a central theme in Plato's narrative, highlighting the dangers of unchecked ambition. The downfall of Atlantis was attributed to a great natural disaster, such as a flood or earthquake. Plato describes a catastrophic event that submerged the island, leading to its disappearance. Some scholars argue that the story of Atlantis is a myth designed to convey philosophical and moral lessons. The tale may serve as a cautionary parable about the perils of hubris and the importance of moderation. The name Atlantis is derived from the Greek word Atlantikos, meaning of Atlas. Atlas was a titan in Greek mythology, often depicted holding the world on his shoulders. The Atlanteans were said to have built impressive structures, including temples and palaces. These buildings were likely adorned with precious metals and stones, reflecting the wealth of the civilization. The city of Atlantis was divided into concentric rings of land and water. This unique layout suggested a sophisticated urban planning system, with canals and bridges connecting different parts of the city. The central island of Atlantis contained a grand palace surrounded by a series of moats and walls. The palace was a symbol of the Atlanteans' power and served as the heart of their political and religious life. The Atlanteans were skilled in agriculture and had fertile land that produced abundant crops. Their advanced farming techniques allowed them to support a large population and maintain a high standard of living. The city of Atlantis had a complex system of aqueducts and irrigation channels. These engineering feats ensured a steady supply of fresh water for both domestic use and agriculture. The Atlanteans were known for their naval prowess and had a powerful fleet of ships. Their maritime capabilities allowed them to explore and trade with distant lands, expanding their influence. The story of Atlantis has inspired numerous theories and expeditions over the centuries. Archaeologists and explorers have searched various locations from the Mediterranean to the Atlantic in hopes of finding evidence of the lost city. Some researchers believe that the Minoan civilization on Crete could be a historical basis for the Atlantis myth. The Minoans were a highly advanced Bronze Age culture that suffered a catastrophic volcanic eruption around 1600 BCE. The legend of Atlantis has been featured in literature, art, and popular culture throughout history. From ancient texts to modern films, the story has captivated audiences and sparked imagination. Plato's account of Atlantis includes detailed descriptions of the island's geography and climate. He mentions a temperate climate, lush vegetation, and a variety of wildlife, painting a vivid picture of the island. The Atlanteans were said to have worshipped Poseidon, the god of the sea, and his descendants. Temples dedicated to Poseidon were likely prominent features of the city, reflecting the importance of the sea in their culture. The story of Atlantis has been interpreted in various ways, including as a metaphor for lost knowledge or a warning against excess. Different cultures and thinkers have drawn different meanings from the myth, adapting it to their own contexts. Some theories suggest that Atlantis could have been located in the Caribbean or the Azores. These alternative locations are based on geological and archaeological evidence that some researchers find compelling. The Atlanteans were described as having a hierarchical society with a ruling class and a common people. This social structure reflects the political systems of many ancient civilizations, emphasizing the division of power. The city of Atlantis was said to have a sophisticated legal system and a code of laws. These laws likely governed various aspects of life, from property rights to criminal justice. The Atlanteans were believed to have possessed advanced knowledge in mathematics and astronomy. Their understanding of these sciences may have contributed to their technological achievements. The story of Atlantis has been used to promote various pseudoscientific theories, such as ancient alien contact. Some fringe theories propose that extraterrestrial beings influenced the development of the Atlantean civilization. The myth of Atlantis has been a source of inspiration for utopian literature and philosophy. Writers and philosophers have often used the idea of a lost paradise to explore ideals of perfect societies. The Atlanteans were said to have engaged in extensive trade with other civilizations. Their economic activities likely involved the exchange of goods, ideas, and cultural practices. The city of Atlantis was described as having a well-organized military and defense system. This included fortifications, trained soldiers, and strategic alliances with other powers. The Atlanteans were believed to have had a deep understanding of the natural world and the elements. Their knowledge of nature may have informed their agricultural, architectural, and technological practices. Some researchers propose that the story of Atlantis is a composite of several historical events and myths. This theory suggests that Plato drew from multiple sources to create a compelling narrative. The Atlanteans were said to have had a rich cultural life, including music, art, and literature. Their artistic expressions likely reflected their values and beliefs, much like those of other ancient civilizations. The story of Atlantis has been adapted into various forms of media, including books, movies, and video games. These adaptations continue to keep the legend alive and introduce it to new generations. The Atlanteans were described as having a complex system of government, possibly a form of monarchy or oligarchy. The political structure of Atlantis may have been similar to those found in ancient Greece and other Mediterranean cultures. The city of Atlantis was said to have had a network of roads and public spaces. These infrastructure elements facilitated movement and social interaction within the city. The Atlanteans were believed to have had a strong sense of community and social cohesion. Their collective identity and shared values likely contributed to the stability and prosperity of their society. The story of Atlantis has been used to critique modern society and its excesses. By drawing parallels between the fall of Atlantis and contemporary issues, the myth serves as a cautionary tale. The Atlanteans were said to have had a deep respect for the environment and natural resources. This ecological awareness may have influenced their sustainable practices and conservation efforts. The story of Atlantis has been a subject of debate among historians and archaeologists. While some view it as purely fictional, others see it as a possible reflection of real historical events. The Atlanteans were believed to have had a rich oral tradition and a system of education. Their educational practices likely transmitted knowledge and cultural values across generations. The city of Atlantis was said to have had a diverse population, including people from various backgrounds. This diversity may have contributed to the cultural richness and innovation of the civilization. The Atlanteans were described as having a strong sense of justice and fairness. Their legal and ethical principles likely played a crucial role in maintaining social order. The story of Atlantis has been used to explore themes of environmental catastrophe and human resilience. The narrative of a once great civilization facing a devastating disaster resonates with modern concerns about climate change. The Atlanteans were believed to have had a deep spiritual and religious life. Their beliefs and practices may have influenced their daily lives and societal norms. The city of Atlantis was said to have had a vibrant market and trade center. This commercial hub likely played a key role in the economic prosperity of the civilization. The Atlanteans were described as having a strong connection to the sea and maritime activities. Their relationship with the ocean was central to their identity and way of life. The story of Atlantis has been used to explore the concept of lost knowledge and forgotten wisdom. The idea of a civilization that possessed advanced knowledge that was later lost has captivated many minds. The Atlanteans were believed to have had a sophisticated system of governance and administration. Their administrative practices likely ensured the smooth functioning of the city and its institutions. The story of Atlantis continues to inspire new interpretations and theories, keeping the legend alive. Each generation brings new perspectives and insights, ensuring that the myth remains a subject of fascination and study.